Oh, plants, why do you hate me?
Alright, I'm going to do this with lots of hay fever. Hi all, welcome back to the channel. Should be a nice one today. Nice easy one, he says. Today I just wanted to show you another quick cheap trick. And that is to get Bluetooth streaming and whatnot through your stereo for under £10. I've done this on a few cars now. All you need in your car is some sort of auxiliary input. That could be a 3.5mm jack, an RCA in, or just something in the wiring that you can patch into in the rear. Doing it in the Rangy today because I want it in the Rangy. You got two options on the Range Rovers. You can tap into the back of the stereo and then code in the aux using the IID tool or something. My car's got the rear seat entertainment, so it has the little block in the back. Unfortunately, someone snapped a aux lead in the socket and then broke the socket. So I'm going to be soldering onto the board that's in here. But what am I soldering onto the board that's in here? Well, this was £8.50 delivered, I think. This little thing. So that is your Bluetooth receiver thing. You've got two RCAs. So whether you've got an RCA input or not, you've got two. You've got your left and your right channel, so it is stereo. And you've got power and ground. So essentially you hardwire that to the car, either plug it in or hardwire that to the car as well, the stereo. And as soon as you start the car up, Bluetooth turns on, your phone connects, and you can stream music. They do another version of this, which I've had before, which has another input for a microphone, so you can use it for calls. But you still have to answer the phone on your phone. I've got a mount that works with Apple MagSafe, which is like new iPhones have a magnetic ring in them, and you can just bung them onto things and they charge and stuff. So that's why I don't want any wires. I want fully wireless. I have been using an FM transmitter, but let's be honest, they're a bit shit. They're usually very quiet. They have to keep being retuned. They're not ideal. So these are a lot better, a lot easier as well. So yeah, without further ado, I'm just going to connect this in, really. First things first, I need to remove the rear board. I should say that I did a test a few weeks ago with just a normal auxiliary. See if I could get it to work. You can't even see that. There's like there was an aux lead there and a little USB Bluetooth receiver, which is a bit shit. But it was just a test to see if I could solder on the board, if I'd worked out the circuit diagram correctly, which I had. So next step is to chop these off and solder them on, because that was a crap lead that keeps disconnecting because reasons. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to sneeze my way to completion on this project. We can just ignore the massive crap over there. Yeah, right. So yeah, it's messy in here, I'm sorry, but so you can see I put this lead in temporarily, but we ignore it for a second. We have, on mine we have this. Now, I have tried plugging stuff into this. Can't get it to come out of the radio, but for the purposes of this, it doesn't matter because I'm trying to make a nice discreet install that no one will notice, except for that doesn't. Obviously, that's dead as a dodo. So I'm going to pop this out, which literally, if I remember rightly, does just pop out. Off that pops. And it will like that. And then I'm going to take this inside and disassemble it and show you what I have done and am going to do next. So yeah, this is the generic cable that I soldered into some points on the board, which I traced back to being the left, right and ground channels. It's a bit of a mess. It was just a quick sort of test to see if it would work. But yeah, then I soldered in the new bits. Right, so terrible soldering, but you get the idea. I put some plugs on this and I'm going to connect some plugs to the Siggy lighter. Right then, so That's a little module, and I've got 2 power wires here. I don't think there's any power going to this, so I'm going to ignore that, but there is all of this gump around here, i.e. that. That's what I really want to tap the power from. I might need longer wires, or is there a way I can tap in down here? Probably need longer wire. But yeah, I think I have a solution. Some lovely stuff here. Lovely. So yeah, heat and seat controls obviously, and then there's the positive and negative that I'm going to tap into. For that, obviously, it's a short wire in that. I also want a way of unplugging it in case I want to remove all this separately again. So I'll probably put some sort of connector on there that'll set up a bit nice, but yeah, bodged on. This is a bit awkward because I'm filming this with my phone. You can't see. But I've just done a test and it works. Please don't at me about this. I have run out of the connectors I want to use. I've got loads of connectors, but I don't have the shielded bullets. So I want to get some solder shrink ones that are a bit nicer, but just for now to stop things, you know, sparky. For in there, what I did was you can see, I've put a little tape around it actually, so you can't, but essentially I've got spay connectors that are now piggybacking off these. I don't like using Scotch locks because they're not shielded very well. This isn't exactly the most shielded thing ever, but it works for what we're doing, and it's far away from the audio thing, so I shouldn't use any interference. But yeah, I've got it saved on my phone as Range Rover Bluetooth now. It will turn on automatically every time I start the car. Phone will connect instantly, and it, from experience, these usually start automatically playing music as well, which is nice. So you don't have to press anything, you just jump in and it will kick off where you left off. I particularly like using it for digital radio stations like Radio X, and they have an app, so I just stream from the app, and yeah, it means I don't need digital radio either. But yeah, so that is how to get Bluetooth on your old mobile. So yeah, that's it really. I just wanted to do a quick video on how I've always run Bluetooth streaming devices to old cars on the cheap. As I say, it's going to be less than a tenner to get that in there for most cars. Some cars require a bit more work and specialist adapters, but the actual Bluetooth module, it's like a tenner, and if you've got an aux in or a left and a right in or anything like that, cheap way of doing it that's very subtle, you can hide it anywhere behind the dash. And yeah, stay tuned, got more videos coming up. I've been busy editing while I've been working away abroad, and yeah, been filming in between. So yeah, lots of stuff coming up. Got a few bits to do on the Range Rover. Helped my mate change the gearbox on a classic car the other day, and I hope to do a bit of a review on that car actually soon. So yeah, stay safe guys, and thank you again for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Leave comments, like, all that stuff. I like reading through them, and yeah, it makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. Peace.